Hey there, this is Real Talk Baseball. I'm Carlos Baseball. With me as always is WillPower and Tony Snap. We have a guest on our show, Gabe fahQ, right? Did I say it right? There you go. I said it right. All right. How's it going, guys? Everybody's enjoying their week so far?
Yes,
Yeah,
so far.
all good. All good. It's Tuesday. Almost Friday.
Don't talk all at once, man. You guys sound too happy about about us being on Tuesday. We got a good show for you guys today. Actually, we're going to talk about rookies and what rookies are good to pick up in the fantasy draft. Do we have any rookies that we're targeting? Players with injuries that can affect your draft. I know there's been a couple of injuries, and one of them that could come to mind is Real Muto. And then who were the points leaders in 2020 as in fantasy baseball, and who are projected to be the leaders in the 2021 season. So we're going to talk about all that as we start our show. But first, I want to go ahead and say something that we were talking about before we started the show. And I posted a video on Instagram on Tatis. He scored from third base from a shallow, what is it, pop fly, short?
Yeah.
So we were saying, is Machado going to be more valuable because Tatis is going to be doing some crazy things like that? I mean, give me your thoughts. Will, let's start with you.
Well, I think that the only reason why Tatis really took that is because he saw that the shortstop was still backing up as he was, making the catch, and he didn't think that he was going to make the throw right away, which he was right, because the shortstop didn't even realize that Tatis was running until Tatis was already, halfway down the line between third and home. So that was a really good read by Tatis. But is Machado going to be more valuable? He'll probably get some extra RBIs out of it. He'll definitely have over 100 RBIs in a full season. I think that one thing might hinder him just a little bit is that if Tatis is going to be hitting doubles and there's only one out, or if Tatis is on first base and then he steals second with one out, a lot of the opposing pitchers, unless it's an ace of a staff, are probably just going to walk Machado because Machado's going to be hitting right after Tatis, we're assuming, right?
That's what it looks like. It looks like whoever they put and Machado is actually hitting the ball pretty hard, they're going to walk him depending where Tatis is at. Maybe Tatis is going to hold back and not steal bases because of that. But everything is in situation. But I want to comment back to what you said, like his baseball IQ, because he saw the shortstop backing up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a huge thing. Like you see that in a lot of baseball players. And because Tatis does have that speed, he went to third and didn't even think about it. He went to third and just tagged. Like, I mean, that's just amazing to me how he did that. And he did, the shortstop, I forget his name. He was on his back foot, and that's why he didn't throw the ball as hard. But for a baseball player and to read that, and look how young Tatis is to actually recognize that. There's actually players out there right now that's not even doing that. So, I mean, that's amazing. What do you think, Tony?
I think like everybody kind of hit on it is that he was kind of aware of what the situation was happening for the shortstop. I don't think he had like a good read on it, and he was still kind of like trying to track the ball. And I think he noticed that, he wasn't really prepared to make a throw, even if he did catch it, which he did. But you know what I mean? Like, he noticed it, and that was a good read. I think that's just something that is in a player sometimes, like that aggressiveness. Not everybody would have done that, as like you guys kind of alluded to earlier.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. He's fast. I the only other player I can think of will probably be like Acuna and maybe Soto, who have the speed and the whereabout, or you know what I mean, like just the feel of the game.
And that's why I'm wearing my San Diego Padre hat. I mean, just because of and then
that's the only reason.
We have our guest Gabe too. He's not a Padre fan, but he lives around there, right? Gabe, give us your thoughts.
I'm in between San Diego and LA.
Yeah, and fan base, right?
Right, exactly.
So give us your take, man. What do you think about that?
Well, based on whether Machado gets better or not, I was leaning towards yes, but then I heard Will's argument, and it just makes so much sense to where it's gonna walk him. So to me, that funnels down to what, fourth batter?
Like Hosmer, maybe.
Yeah.
Who
Is it
would-
going to be
Whether
Hosmer
Hosmer or Myers.
I would assume it would be Will Myers.
Will Myers?
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Will
if
Myers
we're
has
saying it,
decent pop, and usually you want like the strong guy to be hitting fourth in the lineup. With Tatis and Machado being the number 1 and number 2 hitters on the team, I think that they're going to be batting second and third.
I kind of agree. So it funnels down to batter 4, whoever that is. So it's going to be on him to either pump those numbers up, or I guess what we would call a bust, and that would that I feel that's going to determine based on that point, because I didn't think about that. And based on Will's point, I believe whoever it is batting behind Machado is going to be the guy, whether to do it or not,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it brings me to a quote that I saw. And that quote, I saw it today, and I'm like, what? There are 3 types of players, baseball players: those who make it happen, those who watch it happen, and those who wonder. So with Tatis doing that, he makes it happen.
I love that, man, because you could have the fastest player in MLB, and if he doesn't make it happen, it's not going to happen. You could have 80 steal potential, but if he actually doesn't make the jump and try to go for those steals, it's not going to happen. He's going to end up with a lot less than that. So I actually really do love that quote.
Yeah.
agreed.
Sam is joining us, and Raul and Fresh Gaming is joining us. Sam has a question before we continue with our show.
What's up,
He traded
Sam?
Sonny Gray, Mustakis for Glass now. What do you guys think about that?
Sonny Gray and Mustakas for Glass now.
Yeah.
I like
He's
that.
just making trades, man. He's making
Dude.
a lot
I know.
of trades.
Are
He
these
has a whole
fantasy
new
trades
lineup already, and it's only been a week.
It's fantasy trades. Fantasy trades. Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah, I think it's
I'm
a
very-
pretty good.
I'm very
Yeah.
high on Glass now, so I think that's why I'm a yes. I don't like Sonny Gray, and Mustakas he's good. I wouldn't want him as my starter. He's more of like a utility or like an infield spot, middle infield, corner infield, something like that. I don't want him as my second base or third base starter.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's so many other players that are on the waiver wire in free agency in fantasy baseball that are very comparable to Mustakas, maybe not in the power department.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
You're gonna get, there's always someone available that's gonna hit you 20 home runs. There's always someone available that's gonna get you the 260 to 270 average that you can find in free agency. You look for a hot bat. You look for someone that's on waivers that someone just dropped because they just can't handle, too many players on the team. And Sonny Gray, honestly, he's kind of been up and down throughout his whole career. He was great with the Reds, and then he gets traded to the Yankees, and then he sucked really bad. And now he's back with the Reds, and he did decent, but
He was with the A's.
Yeah,
with the Ace.
first.
And then there's
Oh,
there's one more trade that he did. He also pulled off Olsen and Bryant for Brandon Lowe and Luke Voigt. I don't know how he did that, but
Wait a minute. So was he the one trading
Last
Gray
time,
and Mustakas for Glass now?
yes.
Yeah,
So he
came
has
up.
Glass now.
That's a Tony trade.
Veto.
Veto.
why?
No
That's
way.
Yeah,
He
man.
got it. He got it.
Yeah,
So
these.
what do you guys think of that one, though? What do you guys think of the Olsen and Bryant? Tony,
Yeah.
give me that one. Olsen, Bryant, or Brandon
Dude,
Lowe
I
and
just
Luke
think
Voigt.
that this guy's like robbing everybody. To be
I
honest.
wonder about
Uh,
the
It's a Tony trade.
Yeah, man. To be honest, that's something that like I would be able to pull off just because I see that somebody's missing some players somewhere. I don't know why you would want 2 first basemen with Olsen and Rizzo.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. These trades sound like.
Rizzo.
No, he
Not
said
Rizzo.
Bryant.
He said Bryant. Bryant.
He has Bryant.
Oh, okay. All right,
Yeah.
but still, though, I don't see. I would much rather have Lowe, who's projected to hit like around 30 home runs, and
Mhm.
who did he say too? He had Lowe
Yeah,
and
He
Luke
got
Voigt.
Lowe
and
Voigt.
Luke Voigt, a 40 home run hitter.
Yeah.
Who's projected? Like, come on, rather than some guys that are going to be hitting 25 each.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man, that's a steal. Good job.
That is
Yeah.
a real good
For
steal.
sure. For sure.
But so for those of you that are just tuning in, like make sure you guys hit that like button and that subscribe button. And Sam has been actually been really active with us. He's been asking a lot of questions. So he's been doing a lot of trades. And we've been commenting on them. So thank you for all those questions, Sam. If anybody else is hearing us, actually give us some more questions, man. We're gonna keep going with our show. So our next topic, and should be an exciting one. What rookie should you guys be targeting? And it doesn't matter who it is, and if you're going to be drafting them or you're going to be picking them up when he comes up. What is it, in May, or when is the call-ups for the rookies? So
Uh,
they can go
I don't know. It's
June?
usually sometimes like a little bit before
It's
playoffs.
it's a few weeks. No, it's a few weeks.
It's a few weeks, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. Will, you want to open this topic up?
Sure. So actually, one thing that I wanted to add also is they're making the rosters 26 now. For I believe it's for the whole season. So that's going to open up another spot for a rookie to come up even earlier. If the team doesn't mind losing control for another year, because a lot of times we see that with teams where they don't bring up their rookies early in the season because they'll lose control for another year. Because when a player has I think it's 5 years of MLB service or 6 years of MLB service.
I think
then
it's
he
6
becomes a
years.
free agent.
Yeah.
So he'll become a free agent. So if they hold off until later on in the season and, after the All-Star break, then they get to have control for another year.
Yeah.
We saw that with Randy Rosarena, right? So now he's the rookie. He's actually the number one rookie going into this season. Just because of, his huge playoff run and what he did right before the playoffs. But, the Rays were smart with him. They didn't bring him up until the end of the season. So now they have an extra year of control. So this year is actually going to be his rookie season instead of, his breakout last year, which is great for him because I think he got like a taste of a shortened season, and now he's going to be able to break into the league with a lot of confidence. A lot of rookies don't really have that right off the bat. So he's definitely going to come in with a lot of confidence. I don't like to gamble too much in fantasy baseball. I feel like the whole fantasy baseball thing in general is a big gamble. You always have to account for injuries and, among other things. But I don't like a Rosarena at the ADP that he's going. He's going way too early for me. I don't trust him that much. If there's another player that I'm targeting, another rookie, that's Gabriel Hayes from the Pirates.
Hayes,
yeah.
He's not on a great team, but this guy has big pop. He's always batted with good batting average in the minors. He looks like he's going to be, a force to be reckoned with on Pirates.
Yeah, I see that. And he had a 376 batting average last year. But the thing is, we didn't get to see a full size sample. He only played 24 games. That's why they're so high on him this season, right? He's one of the top rookies out there. So would you draft this guy, Will, or no?
It depends on where he's falling. If I can get him like round 14 or later, then yes, I would definitely pick him up. Rosarena is going a lot earlier than that, so that's why I'm very hesitant about drafting that guy. But Hayes, I would definitely get him around the ADP that he's going in.
Yeah, Rosarena is actually only had 76.
What ADP was that?
I'd have to look it up.
Who, Brian Hayes?
No, Randy
Rosarena.
Randy's going early, man. Like he's the top 50.
A little
50.
Yeah, let me find him right now.
A little bit. I don't see him.
Oh, he's actually going 64, 60 something. So right behind it.
Yeah, and we know Rosarena because he had a great playoff run. Remember?
Yeah.
I think he hit like 8 home runs in that stretch. So everybody knew who he was and what he did. And I guess they call him Boots, right? Because I guess someone will get Boots or something like that. So I guess he's the Boots guy on the Tampa Bay Rays. Let's go ahead and move on, man. Tony, give me your rookie, and would you draft them or would you wait?
It's funny because like I didn't know what we were necessarily going with as like rookies. I guess like because I don't know, I guess I was thinking prospects, When
Yeah,
you
yeah,
said rookies, but
yeah. Prospects or rookies, whoever.
yeah,
Whatever,
but see, like
whatever works.
my train of thought was like towards the later round, because I remember Will said that he was gonna we might be adding the NA slot or non-available. So I was thinking
Yeah.
like more along the lines of Wander Franco, I think that's
Ooh,
his
that's a
name,
good
with the
one.
Rays.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Witt,
Mhm.
Jeter Downs. These are guys that they all play the same position,
Yeah.
and but I also feel like they're kind of players that aren't gonna be coming up just because of where they're at, you know. Uh, Franco with the Rays, he might not be coming up just because they already have a Willie
Adames.
Adames.
Yeah.
Bobby Witt, they have Whit Merrifield, you know, and
Yeah.
then Jeter Downs, they just picked up the Red Sox just picked up Kike Hernandez. So I mean, like Will mentioned earlier, these are all guys that will probably be, you know, under that same line that they're not going to be called up just because they're going to hold on to them for another year or whatever, or maybe they're not even ready, you know.
Yeah.
But if we're going more along the lines of somebody that's already played this past season, I would probably go with Ian Anderson
Okay.
as a rookie. Um, I really like his stuff. This spring training, I think he's been doing pretty good. I haven't heard anything bad or
Yeah.
like him getting beat up or anything like that. Because man, I'm looking at spring training and people are like giving up runs like crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I actually like where Ian Anderson is going. He's going pretty later in the rounds.
Uh-huh.
Let me see where he's actually at. He's ESPN has him at 142 and Yahoo has him at 108.
Wow.
So if you can get him as a 100 guy and he plays with the Braves, so you know he's going to get run support. If he can just, you know, keep his command, the
Yeah.
wins are going to be there. At least 10 wins, you
Yeah.
know. Keep his ERA a little bit under 4. I think he's a solid pick. So that's probably one guy I would go for. And then another guy I have in mind is also Nate Peterson with is it the Blue Jays?
Nate
He
Pearson.
is.
The
Uh,
catcher?
No.
Pitcher,
He's
He's
a
with
right?
the Blue Jays.
pitcher.
He's a
He's a
pitcher.
pitcher. Let me find him.
Yeah,
But
he's
I
with the
think he
Toronto Blue Jays.
but he recently had like a groin injury, so he's probably questionable for the I guess start of the season. And
Yeah.
he is with the Blue Jays, yeah. So we'll see what happens, but he's going in like the last round. So it's not a bad guy to pick up. Maybe you could throw him into your IL, you
Or
know.
especially in our spot where you have the NA.
Well, yeah, something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Which I don't like, but whatever. Another topic for another show.
Yeah.
Hey, that really
All right,
helps
thanks,
out
Tony. So let's
for guys that really know the sport, that are really into prospects. And talking to you guys about possibly making this league a dynasty league next year, we're definitely going to need that NA spot, because there's going to be a lot of prospects that are worth watching. You could draft Mackenzie Gore,
Right.
and if he
Mhm.
comes up second week of the season because Musgrove goes down with a groin injury or something, then all of a sudden you have a top starter on your team that you didn't even draft until the 20th round,
Possible.
possibly.
Gabriel, before we get to you, man, Sam has another one. He said he has bad trades too, so I'm gonna go ahead and read it off. He said he traded Seeger for Sonny Gray and Bias. Because he thought Bias
bad
would
business.
bounce back, would have been a bounce back. That's what he
Yeah,
said.
but
It's
he's
a
been
bad
striking
trade.
out a lot too.
Yeah, it's a bad trade, and
Oh, so he has bias right now? Oh man.
yeah.
Hey, but you
and
know
then,
what? You did good with you got Voight and um Low. So I
Yeah.
think you'll be fine with
Yeah.
bias.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then Raul said Jock Peterson is crushing it in spring training.
Hell
He
yeah.
is.
Sucks he's not a Dodger, man. If he was a Dodger, we'll be rooting for him. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
I'm still rooting for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why didn't the Dodgers sign him? See,
It's
that's why
7 million, dude. It wasn't even a lot of money.
Nah, man.
No,
No, you-
if he would have stayed with the Dodgers, he would have got arbitration, or like the qualifying
Oh,
offer.
so he would have got like 12 or
He
something?
would have gotten more like 17.
Oh shit. Straight
I
up.
see.
Really?
The same thing with Schwarber. Like if he would have stayed with the Cubs, he would have got the
Ah.
qualifying
more.
offer, and that's why they got a lot less to play with.
Look,
other teams,
there's
because
another
of
little
the
secret, like the fucking owners are doing.
Yeah.
where they're just like, just get rid of
But
him.
see, the thing with Jock Peterson though, it's that Andrew Freeman, he didn't like what Andrew Freeman had in store for Jock Peterson. So Jock Peterson wasn't going to be an everyday player.
Right.
Like he is going to be in Chicago. I mean,
Yeah.
he's going to. You can tell.
Question.
Yeah.
Question. Has he crushed one of those balls off a lefty? Do we know that?
Oh, I don't know.
No, that's something.
Because most of the home runs that I've seen have been off of right-handed pitchers.
Yeah, and he has a 500 batting average right now, so he's leading the league.
Is he getting at bats against lefties?
I think so. I think he's getting the at bats with lefties, but we
That's a
have to
good
look at the
question,
stat,
though.
and that's a really good question. We'll have it on the next show.
It's really hard because it's hard to look to find stats for spring training online. A lot of
I see.
You can't
they
even
don't
see
really post
highlights.
much. Yeah.
See, we talked about it last show too, though. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You can go to like the Cubs website and you can look at individual stats like that.
That's where
but you have to go to each individual team's website to be able to track all of their stuff. And
pull it up, Tony. Pull it up. But yeah, we talked about it last time, how these networks are actually taking control of all these teams and we can't watch baseball. Tony, you hit it on the nail last time. You said that they want kids to watch baseball, but in reality we can't watch baseball because you have to pay for a service so you can go ahead and get those baseball games. When we were kids, we used to watch a lot of baseball because they used to have it on like Channel 5, Channel 11, regular TV.
Just regular TV.
Yeah,
I remember watching the Braves on TBS.
Yeah, I saw the Braves and I saw the WGN, the Cubs, man. So and not a lot of people got to see those things. And now you have to pay for a service so you can go ahead and get them. I know YouTube is going to have 20-something games available for free. So
that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. So they're trying
but let me guess though.
Yeah.
If you're in the Los Angeles area and the game of YouTube is the Dodgers,
of course,
blackout.
That's
the one thing that's holding them back, man. And to be honest, but it's also the one thing that made the Dodgers who they are right now. If they didn't sign that deal with Spectrum, we wouldn't have this amazing team that we have right now. Just because they were able to make that deal. I feel like that's why they have that money to go over the luxury tax to go and get these amazing players. So like, in a way it's a give and take, but I don't like it either way.
All right, let's keep it going. Gabe, we don't want to get sidetracked. Give me your rookie, man, and if you're gonna draft them or not draft them.
The only rookie, I'm not really a big rookie guy, man. I like proven players, especially in fantasy. I don't like to gamble on guys like that.
You're a liar.
No, serious.
You love to gamble though.
Yeah. but late round fantasy players. The only one that I would consider taking early is Philly's third baseman. I think it's Alex Boom. Yeah. This guy, they're making him seem like he's the next big thing, Like I remember when Machado was first coming up, he was coming up with like Bryce Harper and them, and he's getting kind of like the same, basically attention.
Yeah,
and it's pretty interesting. You look at his stats. I guess the last like 3 weeks of the season last year, he hit like 450 something, and I guess he was killing it, So that's someone that I would really consider. Yeah. But I think Tony kind of hit it on the head with the whole Wander Franco and the Jeter Downs. Those guys, those are guys that you kind of want to keep your eyes on. Maybe one of your guys gets hurt or one of your guys is a bust, just pick them up, leave them on your bench, and because most likely they're going to get called up. And from what they're saying, these guys are going to be studs, so not a bad idea.
Yeah, and I actually like your pick, man. I'm looking at his average draft pick and he's going around probably like round 11. ESPN has him at 111. Yahoo has him at 107. And he's going around the range of Matt Chapman, Chris Bryant, Mike Moustakas,
which is
pretty good,
doable, right?
Yeah,
which is doable. Chris Bryant, you're kind of like, is he gonna be MVP or is he gonna,
So
it's kind of like That's that's why I said early pick, like 10. That's that's still an
That's
early
too
pick.
early. Yeah,
That's still an
that's too
early
early for a
pick.
rookie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's half your team
So
still.
yeah, exactly.
So Sam has another question. He's asking, do you think Baez will bounce back in like he was in 2019 in the points league? Of course, strikeouts don't really matter as much. Do you
Well,
think?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
They do,
this
but
guy preaches strikeouts.
Yeah.
okay. Well, give
that's
us your take. Give us your take then.
think about it. I think last year, if you look at Baez's numbers, I think he struck out like 50 something times. He walked 7 times.
Okay.
Only 7 walks. Each strikeout is a negative point. So 50. Let's say 52 times he struck out. He walked 7. It's still 40 something negative points off the bat.
Yeah.
So that's something that to me a player cannot have. I need a way closer differential if you want to be on my team.
Well,
So no bounce back.
No, that guy just strikes out too much. He's a free swinger, man. He swings at everything.
Well,
He's like me.
What do you think, Will? What do you think, Will?
I think that Baez definitely has the potential. I don't think that it's going to happen in Chicago. I think it's good for him that he's going to be a free agent soon because he's either going to get traded before the deadline or he's going to, sign with another team and he's really going to break out because he's going to have a wide variety of different teams that he can be able to choose from, and he can choose the team that's really going to make his make him play at his full potential. I think the Chicago that ever since the skipper left and
Joe Madden
and the supporting cast is just not the same anymore. He has Bryant and he has Rizzo, but
Jock. Don't forget Jock.
Well, I mean like the core that he was playing with when they went to the World Series.
Yeah.
Pitching staff isn't there.
Most of those guys are gone, so he doesn't really have like the supporting cast that he used to. I don't think he's happy in Chicago. Same thing that I said with Bryant. I think Rizzo, he's fine. He's comfortable wherever he's at. But with Bryant and Baez being so young, coming up on free agency soon, I think those guys are not really happy in their situations. And I think baseball is definitely a sport where you need to be comfortable in your situation. You need to be happy and you'll play better. It's all about having fun. And if you're not having fun,
agreed,
it's gonna show when
becomes a job.
Exactly. Becomes a job.
Hey, but you're going off of what you've been saying that contract year, usually these players step up and it's his contract year this year. So,
man.
It is, but you also have to have the right guidance to help you break out in that contract season. So if you don't have the right hitting coach, they have a new manager coming to, or he started last year, right? Because Madden was with the Angels for a year now.
David Ross.
Yeah.
David Ross. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Okay. So David Ross.
As a catcher going to a manager position, like that's great for pitchers. But when you think about like the hitting wise, like David Ross was never the greatest hitter. He had clutch hits, but he was a catcher. He was more about controlling the game, and I think he's really good in that aspect. But when it comes to fine-tuning his bat skills, I don't think that Ross is really going to help Baez the way that other managers could.
Gabriel, you had something to say?
I agree. Just real quick, I just found it. 222 at-bats, 75 strikeouts, 7 walks last year.
Wow.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. That's no. That's a no.
So that's
I also
Gabriel's a no, and Will's a no. Tony, go ahead.
I just want to add. I'm more of a yes. I like.
Oh, okay, yeah, me too, Tony. Me too. I'm in the yes.
I'm more in the yes
train.
category. I feel like he's just too talented to not do good. You know what I mean? And like you said, his contract year. Why wouldn't you want to showcase your skills to other teams? If not the Chicago Cubs too, like show them what you're worth, show them what you can do. Baseball is a funny game where, you can't really say that you're going to be always great, but as long as a player can show flashes of being great, and we definitely seen that from Baez in the past. So I'm going yes. And one thing I kind of want to add, I do agree with you guys that he does strike out way too much, but I want to give a quick little shout out to Fuzzy because I seen a video where he kind of mentioned that Baez is actually switching up his swing this spring training, and he's starting to kind of emulate Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper is one of the players who has one of the most who has also been known to kind of just be a free swinger and strike out a lot. But probably the last few 2 years, he's been kind of getting a lot more walks.
You hit a nerve there, Tony. You hit a nerve.
Everybody hates Harper. I know.
Go ahead, Will.
Bryce Harper and Mike Trout have the best OBP in the whole league. Those guys walk more than anybody else.
Well, that's what I'm trying to just allude
Max
to.
Muncy's up there too, but because Max Muncy's batting average is so low, his on-base percentage kind of shows that also. But Harper, finishing the season with a 270, 280 average, and his on-base percentage is 400. It's over 100 points higher. This guy walks more than he strikes out. He does strike out a lot. He'll have 120 strikeouts, but he'll have 130 walks. And that's the same thing with Mike Trout.
Well, I have a question for you, though.
Is, like in 2019, Baez had 156 strikeouts.
Well, I have a question for you, though. Baez is only 28, so he's hitting man strength. So
yeah, that's gonna be great for the power department. But he only had 28 walks in 2019, and that was in 561.
How many home runs though?
28.
29. All right. We do. Hey, man, I don't hear you guys talking shit about Joey Gallo and his striking out issues. Oh, Joey Gallo.
Who's picking him?
You love Joey Gallo. Hey,
who's comparing him?
I know. These two guys right here.
If you look at their ADP,
they pick up Joey Gallo. And you guys always talk smack.
If you look at the ADP between Joey Gallo and Javier Baez, that's a huge gap. You're going to be paying a huge premium for Javier Baez.
Let me see. Let's
look him up. Look him up.
I have Baez at 66.
And Gallo's probably going like 100 and something, or even like a 140.
Gallo's 128, dude.
Yeah,
I'll take Gallo all day.
Oh, see,
that's round 13.
What did I say in the text? I said, Tony, Will and Gabe are coming after you.
I know, I'm telling you, man. That's why I didn't want to come on the show today.
It's just common sense. It's common sense.
That's a great topic. Thanks, Sam, for the question, man. That's a good topic on bias. And
let me finish that.
Yeah, go ahead. Finish it up. Finish it up.
So, 156 strikeouts, but to go along with that, it was 28 walks. That is a huge gap. Only 28 walks and over 500 plate appearances. That is horrible. I wouldn't be surprised if he had the lowest walk percentage in the game.
Yeah.
Well, 7 walks to 75 strikeouts. It's a pattern, dude. Come on.
The most walks he's ever had in a season was 30. That was in 2017.
Oh God, that's
so you guys are saying that he's a
Tony, are you switching? Tony, are you switching?
No, man, because the power production is gonna be there, and he's gonna get RBIs. He's gonna get you some stolen bases. Probably be.
This is what you're doing.
You're hoping. It is contract year, though. It is contract year.
It is contract year.
And we've been talking about how players do better when they have contract year. And the only player that comes to mind that didn't do good and is your boy Gabriel Cargill. Remember, Carlos Gonzalez didn't prove himself that year that it was contract year.
Just went in the trash.
Yeah,
exactly.
Cargill sucked.
So every player is known to step up to do their best when it's contract year.
Yeah, Carlos. Oh wait, it's like this. Yeah, give me some. Give me some. Give me some. No, you can't see it.
All right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. We should we move on? Or you guys are still heated about that?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and move on. Injuries. I mean, any notable injuries that you guys can think of that can mess up your draft because you pick them up? I know I said Real Muto at the beginning of the show, and is he gonna be one of those players that it's gonna get affected on the draft? You know, like what is he now? He's one of the top. He is the top catcher, but is it going to affect his pickup? Who wants to go first? You know what? Let's go with you, Tony. We started with Will last time.
It should. I wouldn't be picking him up round 5. I know that they're projecting him to come back pretty much the first couple of games of the season, but I mean, it's a thumb injury, so we're gripping the bat and all that. So I mean, a lot that comes into play, especially with somebody who we're projecting to be like a power hitter. You know what I mean?
Philly, yeah.
We don't know how that, because he fractured his right thumb, his thumb at that, like maybe you probably be able to get by with a finger because you have everything else. And dude, that's what makes humans better than everybody else or all the animals, our thumbs. So if he fractured his thumb, I feel like it might come into play. So I probably wouldn't be taking him unless I see him in round 6. In round 5, because to me, still picking up a catcher that early is still a gamble. To me, it's not worth it. So round 6, it should take effect, just because he's injured as well. So I mean, if you guys want to pick him up and wait a couple of weeks to see if he does okay, and that thumb issue is not a problem anymore, then I mean, more power to you guys. I'm not going catcher that early. No way.
Will.
With him, I feel like I'm really good at drafting. So if I have Real Muto on my team, I can hold off and wait for him to get hot, because I know eventually he will. It might take 2 months, but baseball season is long, and I'm going to need him in the playoffs. So I don't want to pay a premium for this guy. I don't want to take him in the 5th round, but if he's still there on my 6th pick, 7th pick, then especially my 7th pick, if he's still there in the 7th round, there's no way I'm passing up on that guy. But if he is playing now, right?
I don't think so.
I don't mean like in games, but he's like he's picked up a bat and swung a couple times.
I think he has. No, actually,
he's gonna be out.
He's still in the cast, bro.
Oh, really? So no baseball activity.
Let me see.
So
I took some notes earlier.
So he's probably going to start the season on the IL, and in a lot of leagues, you have where the guys that you draft can automatically be put onto your IL. So that's kind of good. And honestly, if you don't get one of the top 5 catchers, there's no point in drafting a catcher early anyway. Yeah. So I wouldn't mind getting him in round 6 or round 7. And just slotting him into my IL and going after, one of our sleepers, Tony, like Sean Murphy or, the other guys that we have already talked about in our catchers podcast.
And I think Sean Murphy got hurt. So if you guys are still out there thinking about Sean Murphy, just double check.
Double check.
Yeah. So,
that's catchers get injured a lot. Catchers and pitchers.
Yeah.
So those
Grandal's hurt right now too. He might not start the season either.
What is his name? Nola. He's injured too from the Padres.
No way.
Yeah.
Dude, so they get hurt. They get hurt.
It's a thumb too. He was catching. I guess he caught the ball somehow, but they don't know how long he's gonna be out for.
Yeah.
Before we continue to you, Gabriel, I mean, Sam asked another question, and what do you guys think about Alcantara? So is he overvalued or is
Sandy?
No way. Just because how far he's going, there's no way he's overvalued. Anybody going in like round 13, 14, 15, after like 150, they're not overvalued. You might be taking a little bit of a risk, but especially with this Florida Marlins pitching staff, don't overlook him. I don't think he's overvalued
Sanchez,
at all.
Rookie too?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, okay. Dang.
That's another good pickup.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of leaning more towards Ian Anderson though, but good eye.
Yeah, and so then you're saying Alcantara is it's okay.
I feel like he's legit.
He's legit.
He's gonna get you like 10 wins. Why not?
Fine. He's a high 3s or low 4s ERA guy. Decent strikeouts. So yeah, I agree with Tony about 10 wins.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Go for it. All right, then. Gabriel, give us your take on Real Muto. Would you take him? Would you wait on him, or not? Even take him?
I think that last point of if you don't have the top, even 3 guys are kind of like, maybe this guy will get me a bunch of points. That happened to me the 2018 season with Mitch Garver. That guy came out of nowhere, and he was like the best fucking catcher.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of like if you don't have the Realmuto, Will Smith, Grandal, you're kind of like, I don't know. Like you're saying, I'm serious. I like that Sean Murphy, but he's like going way back, you know? Wilson Contreras, maybe, but you know, like
with drafting Wilson Contreras is there's so many other guys that are going in the same round that
that's what I'm saying.
That's why you skip on catcher.
So that's why you just kind of like, hey, I'll roll the dice, and one of these catchers is gonna get hot, you know, and he's gonna be on the waiver wire.
Yeah,
very likely. Seriously, very likely. You pick him up, and boom, you got yourself a catcher. You know, like the catching position is so hard to dictate, especially if you don't get those first, we'll call it top 5 guys.
Yeah.
You're kind of like, hey, waiver wire it, man. To me, that honestly.
Yeah. And last season, like you said, Mitch Garver was your guy. Last season, my guy was Severino with Baltimore. I think anybody with Baltimore last season was just the guys.
Yeah.
You know,
Santander. I remember.
Oh my God, that guy! I love that guy.
The lineup wasn't the problem. It was the
Castle
pitching.
is another guy. You know, so don't sleep on the Orioles. They're definitely going in the later rounds, and I think they're definitely worth the roll of the dice, especially what draft they're going or round they're going.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool. Any other notable injuries that we should know of that their viewers should actually look and consider and not pick them up? Because look, when you're doing the draft and you're doing it on the phone or you're doing it on your computer, you tend to look at these players and you're like Real Muto. Oh man, I got a chance to pick them up. I'll just go ahead and do it. And they're forgetting the injuries. They're forgetting because they don't, you know, Yahoo, ESPN, all these websites, they don't put that they're injured. I think Yahoo does, I believe.
Yeah, they'll give you a little disclaimer.
Yeah. It's super small though. It's super small to where like day to day or
that's the problem right now is they don't have to put them in an IL spot. So they just list them as day to day for now because season hasn't started. So there's no reason to put them on the IL yet. So every player that's injured right now, unless they were already on the IL coming into spring training, then they're just going to say day to day, no matter what the injury is, unless it's COVID.
So no matter, so no matter what injury it is, like, I mean, that sucks because I know, like, I'm one of those that actually picked up. Gabriel, I know we've drafted together in a while, and I remember I picked up a guy that was already retired. And you told me, you're like, why are you picking them up? And I'm trying to remember the player. And
I don't remember.
And because there was so much pressure that I needed to go ahead and pick him up.
Like, yes.
Yeah. So
proven player.
What other players is right now that you guys know that it's an injury? And like, I mean, Verlander's going to be out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't,
there's a few guys that if you have IL spots, if you have, let's say, 4 bench spots, 2-3 IL spots.
Yeah.
Dude, Chris Sale, Noah Syndergaard. Like those guys, I'm drafting those guys. Those guys are, yes. Like those guys are not gonna not get drafted if I'm drafting. Like I'll draft those guys in all the later rounds. I don't care. I want those guys on my team because they're gonna Severino.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yankees. Like, dude, those are 3
dude that can win you
right
the
there.
Season right there.
Exactly.
Especially
dude.
Most
those
of these
guys come back in August, whatever, July, August. Man, that's your playoff push. It's like if you just traded and just got these 3 studs, just you know, if you could get your hand on one of those guys in the later rounds, you're golden, man. You're totally golden.
They're coming in late in the season, right? Just want to give a shout out to Fantasy Scholars. Thanks for joining the show, man. Go check out his show. He just had a live show today, and I was watching it. So Good job on that, man.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
Deuces.
I agree with you, Gabe. Like, but how far do you pick these players up? Like, I mean, like I said, right now, you're gonna have these fantasy players that are drinking, having a good time, and you know, because it happens, right?
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
drafting,
Yeah.
and you see those names, and you're like, I'm gonna pick them up. So, do you pull the trigger as soon as you see those names, or do you pull the trigger later on?
Well,
Like,
maybe.
You don't really see those names. You know, to me, it's my draft strategy. I always look
For
at least like
pitchers.
2 rounds ahead.
Yep.
Yeah.
I look like 2 rounds ahead.
You start
Okay.
putting
Like, all
them
right,
in
where are
the
these
queue.
guys? Yeah, exactly. Where are these guys? Where are these guys? Where are these guys? So if I start noticing a pattern of someone drafting guys later on, like that are not even in the picture,
yeah,
then that's when I start pulling the trigger. Like, you know what? They're doing what I'm doing. Most likely that guy's going to go after what I'm looking at.
Yep. Tony's doing exactly what I would.
So I would pull the trigger. Yes. So then that's when I pull the
Yeah.
trigger
And
on something like that.
And
You
just
notice
to
a
go-
pattern.
Yeah, and just to go off of that, those 3 guys that Gabriel just mentioned, they're great players. We should all know about their capability. They're all coming back though from Tommy John, which is kind of like a little bit scary. But like Gabriel said, these guys can be your playoff push and be the reason why you win the season. Yeah, they're gonna be on a pitch count. But still, if their playoff the team they're on is probably pushing towards the playoffs, maybe they won't be on a high pitch count. You know, they'll probably just do like 80, which will probably still get you like 4 or 5 innings if they're good.
Tony, don't mean to cut you off, but there's a guy here that meet the Mets. He said, "Let's go Mets." Yeah, man.
Hey, they got the best pitcher in
Yeah,
baseball.
Syndergaard, man. I think Syndergaard and Trevor Bauer are going to be buddy heads this season, and I think that's going to be a main motivator for Syndergaard. You guys probably don't know. I'm a big Bauer fan, so
no, everybody knows that.
so I follow them on social media, and they had a little like back and forth Twitter rant between themselves. And I feel like they you know, they just went at it. You know, like last season it was him and Acuna. They went at it a little bit on Twitter. This season it's shaping up to be Trevor Bauer versus the Mets. Just because I guess maybe he didn't choose to go with the Mets, and a lot of fans are hating on him. But like just to kind of go back to what we were saying, these guys should probably you should probably be looking at these guys at towards your last 3 picks. If you're going in a league that has 25 rounds, then you should be looking at one of these guys at maybe round 22, 23. I feel like it'll be a good sneaky pick. You don't have to go after all 3 of them, but I mean, if you can, why not? You know, but yeah, as far as injuries goes, the other guy that I kind of been looking at, I agree totally with what Gabriel said. Those 3 guys are on the injured list and won't be coming back to mid-season. But the guy I'm looking at, and hopefully he comes back, is Framber Valdez with the Astros. He just recently had a fractured finger, but the good thing is it's not on his throwing hand. So hopefully he can come back, and I think he might be a sneaky pickup just because of the that everybody knows he's injured right now. You know,
Get him at a discount.
Exactly.
Right.
And let me see where he's going at actually.
You look for that. So
look, he's already going down all the way to 300. So nobody's looking at this guy, and he's gonna be coming back towards the beginning of the season, more than likely, if he opts out of the surgery.
Tony, hold on, Tony. So meet the Mets. He says that he despises Bauer now, of course. he has the Dodgers highlighted, and he can't wait till we play the Dodgers. Like, we're Dodger fans here, but we're really thankful for you watching our show. Go ahead, Will.
I'm going to the Mets Dodgers game when they play over here because I'm only a 2-hour drive from Citi Field.
Oh, nice.
That's sweet.
I already requested the dates off. I'm going to all 3 games.
Oh, so
and you know Trevor's gonna pitch probably the first or second game there. He's definitely gonna pitch. So look forward to that, man.
They're gonna boo him, dude. Hopefully,
okay.
look, by that
He probably
time,
won't get booed more than the Astros. So we're good.
that's your team, right? The Astros are your
Yeah,
team, man.
yeah.
Hey, are they gonna allow fans in when are you going to the game, Will?
It's August 13th, 14th, and 15th. It's a Friday, Saturday,
Uh,
Sunday.
Oh, okay,
You'll be
cool.
good. You'll be good
Be
by
good
then.
by then. Hopefully everything's good by then, and you can watch it like really good and full fans and everything. I think if the Mets fans are going to be there and if Trevor Bauer is going to be on the mound and you're going to be there, oh my God, you're going to get a lot of boos too, man.
There's gonna be a gang of Dodger fans over there, man, because
Yeah, more than
there's a
likely.
lot of Dodger fans still in New York.
Mhm,
You know,
mhm.
so
So I want to
it's
give a
gonna be
shout out
good-
to Meet the Mets. He says he's in Long Island, 45 minutes away from the city field. So yeah, man,
Nice.
big shout out to you and to your city, dude. Long Island. We're in. All three of us are in Cali except Will's in Pennsylvania. So yeah, East Coast, West Coast. You know, thanks for watching the show, dude. Yeah. So, dude, it's gonna be an exciting trip for you. So you better get on Instagram or something and record some stuff and interview some people out there. I
I'll
know you're gonna
try.
be wearing your Dodger stuff, right?
Oh yeah, you know what? I didn't get no Mookie Betts jersey for nothing.
It's gonna be really good, man. They're gonna give Bauer hell. I know for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
I know for sure.
I should buy a Bauer jersey.
Oh,
man.
Wear it at
No.
the-
you don't want to get
They're gonna
killed,
give-
dude.
They're gonna give Will hell. That's what I was gonna say.
But it's Mets fans. It's not Yankees fans. I ain't scared.
Oh, no.
Oh,
See what he
So-
says about that.
I think we just lost the. I think we
Bad.
just lost the
he's
viewer.
like, oh,
No,
hell
he said he subscribed. Thanks, Meet the
Nice.
Mets. Thank you.
Yeah,
uh,
thank you,
for
man. Thank
subscribing.
you.
And thanks. We appreciate everybody. I
Yeah,
mean,
we're looking forward to it, man. Looking forward.
regardless
to
of the fan, you know, regardless of what team you go for, I think we're all like baseball fans, and I think baseball comes first and our team
Yeah.
comes second. I know that's how I think. I think
Yeah.
everybody thinks the same way, right? That's why
Yeah.
we're wearing different hats. Will's wearing the
Especially,
Dodger
especially my fantasy team comes first.
yeah.
All right,
I,
so
I
let's
think
go ahead and
everybody
move-
loves storylines, you know.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. And the next topic is the most points. We talk about players that actually accrued a lot of points throughout the season. And last year, since it was the shortened season, the player that had the most points was Freddie Freeman with 274 in fantasy baseball. And this year, there's projected players that are going to be at top of that list, right? And they're going to be projected to have those points up there. The first one on that list is Jose Ramirez. Do you guys agree with him being the top leader in points?
Nah,
No,
No?
nah.
Why not?
He has the potential. He could, but likely probably not.
yeah.
don't
He's
think-
so up and down too. Do you
Mhm.
guys remember what was it? 2018 or 20?
Remember,
like
Will,
he
when
had
you
a
dropped him?
horrible. Yes, he had a horrible season. No way. I can't do these inconsistent fantasy players. I can't do it, man.
Yeah.
I can't.
All right. So I know, Will, you had trouble with this guy, right?
Yeah.
said it over
so
and over.
I had him the season where he almost
Was
won
horrible?
MVP.
Oh.
4 years ago. And then I drafted him number 2 overall.
I'll be right back.
And the next
Yeah, go
season,
for it.
I drafted him number 2 overall the next season, and he was just a complete bust, dude. He had like a 230 batting average and no pop. He was still stealing bases, so that helped me out a little bit. But oh man, it was so hard to hang on to him. I kept on telling myself, he keeps on having another week like this, I'm gonna drop him. And then I ended up keeping him. And then the next week I'd say the same thing. And then the next week I'd say the same thing. And then, eventually I did drop him. And I think I dropped him like right before our playoffs for fantasy. And he still didn't do good during the playoff run that I had. So it wasn't such a big deal. I should have dropped him earlier though. But
Okay.
yeah, that was a big waste of a number 2 overall pick, man.
So, all right. So we have Jose Ramirez, and I see all you guys didn't agree with that. The next two that are coming into play is Mike Trout and Betts. Those two players are at top of their game. We know that. One is in Anaheim with the Angels, and the other one's in Los Angeles with the Dodgers. Are those two players that are going to have top points in this 2021 season?
Yes.
They're the safest bets. Whether or not they become the top 3, but they're the safest bets. There's no way Mookie Betts and Mike Trout aren't going to be considered top 5 players
Yeah.
as
Agreed.
far as points go.
And Acuna.
Um,
Add
go ahead.
Acuna
See,
in there.
Acuna.
I don't believe Acuna either.
no?
So okay,
Juan
so
Soto, guys.
I was about to get to
Yeah.
Juan Soto.
Soto. Everybody, you have number one. Pick Juan Soto,
So
hands down.
I was reading the article that this guy is going to be one of the elite hitters in the next
My
11
turn. I'll be back.
years. Yeah. So the next 11 years, this guy's going to be a top hitter. That's what they're saying. They're projecting him to be one of like Tony Gwynn with power. So it's
100.
100. So you're saying he's going to be number 1 pick? You're going after him number 1?
If I'm number 1 pick, I'm taking Juan Soto.
Will.
I don't care if it's a 12-person draft, whatever it is. Juan Soto goes first.
Will, what do you think?
I'm okay with that. Honestly, Juan Soto should have been MVP last season. The only reason why he wasn't is because he didn't start the season on time. He had COVID in the beginning. So he missed, what was it, like 13 games? And 13 games in a 60-game season,
Right.
That's a lot, man. If you multiply it to get to 162, that's kind of like missing about like 40 games, right?
Yeah.
So that's a lot of games to be
about
missing.
a fourth. I'm sorry, like a fifth of the season. And if you look at his numbers, his production was up there with anyone.
Yeah.
I think he ended the season with like a 353 batting average.
It was up
Yes.
there. It was up there. It was somewhere along those lines. I can't get the number. Is that the correct number, Will?
I can look right now.
Yeah. I know he was up there. I know he had
351.
351. Dang.
351. A 490 on base percentage.
What was his
Like-
OPS? 1108 or something, right?
Something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, he had better numbers than Freddie Freeman, except for runs and RBIs. That was the only 2 things that were less than Freddie Freeman. Home runs were the
Minus-
same. They both had 13.
Minus those 14 games. Just think about that. Like
Exactly.
this guy, to me, he's a complete
Those
package,
14
man.
games, he could have hit another 5 home runs, and he
Mhm.
would have had 18 for the season with a 351 batting average, 1108 OPS. That's
That's up there.
insane, man.
It's really insane.
I don't care if he missed the first 2 weeks of the season. He should have won MVP. Remember we talked about that?
I agree.
We
Yeah.
were kind of like wondering like who was going to be the MVP, and it was like between like the top 3 guys, and I was even like Soto should win this, but I know he's not going to because he didn't start the season on time.
Yeah.
Sucks, man.
And that was I remember we did that recording, Will, and you said that Juan Soto, and you even said I don't think he's even going to get it because of the amount of bats that he got and how many games he missed. He is the next guy to actually have most points. So you have Ramirez, Trout, Betts, and then Soto. And then after Soto, you have Freeman. You mentioned Freeman being the MVP last year. So he's going to be after Soto. And then you have Trey Turner. So Trey Turner as a shortstop, you don't see him as one of the top picks at short, do you?
And the only reason I'm like, is just because like nobody ever picks him up. If you get him in like, if say you're playing in a 12 team league, more than likely you should probably, I would pick up Trey Turner over Jose Ramirez. That's what I'm saying.
I agree.
And he's
way
more consistent, and he's playing with the Nationals, a great staff around him. Not necessarily like awesome, but I mean, more than likely he's going to be leading off. Soto's going to be not right behind him, but batting third.
Probably.
Yeah, and then Schwarber's going to be
120 runs easy.
Dude, I feel like Trey Turner. I know I saw Gabriel just scoff at my little like but because I agree though. If I'm like in the top 5, I'm not picking him up. If I'm in the bottom tier, going 11 and 12, I'm gonna pick him up over
Jose Ramirez.
Yeah, definitely.
Tony, right now I'll tell you this. Bottom half. If I know I can't get a hold of him, Corey Seeger over Trey Turner all day long.
Definitely.
Corey Seager is going to be an MVP candidate for
That is
sure.
exactly what I was going to
Smashing
say.
right
too.
now.
100%.
So
He
the
is
only thing with
cracking
Corey
right now.
Seager though is injuries, man. Injuries.
But
is-
But it's always something
last year was a real Corey Seager season.
No
I
injuries,
feel.
right?
but it was
No
a short
injuries,
season.
injuries.
It was a
Very
short
little.
season. It was a short
Agreed.
season. It was a short
Agreed.
season.
But
Okay.
I think he's I think he's just
Coming into
rolling
his
it over,
hamstring.
man.
Don't get me
No,
wrong. I'm a Corey
He's
Seager.
rolling.
I'm a
He's
Corey
rolling
Seager
it
fan.
over.
I'm a Corey Seager fan, but it's just it was a short season, and you have these spurts where you see Corey Seager doing really great, and you see him, and then he gets really cold. He
He looks
really cold.
different.
He does
He
look
looks different, man.
He's
Well, he did
smashing
have
right now.
what was it? Hip surgery in 2019,
Yeah.
right?
Yes,
So,
I believe so.
And then before that, it was Tommy John.
Hey, it's
Right.
all in the hips, baby.
So okay,
No.
so you're saying so we're talking about the shortstops right now. Then what about Lindor?
Corey Seager over Lindor right now.
Wow, really?
For
Seager, just
2021,
this
I
next
agree.
year. Yes.
For 2021?
This next year. Yes,
Yeah,
I
just
agree.
For 2021,
Both of them are
I
going.
agree.
Yeah.
So both of
I
them are going through. We've talked about this before. They're going in contract year. Corey Seager and Lindor are going. Even
Yeah.
Yeah,
Baez.
but
We had
I
Baez. We
think
talked about
that,
Baez earlier.
Corey Seager's playing at home. He's playing in the same ballpark he's played in for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
And Lindor is going to a brand new ballpark, and it's going to take some adjusting. So he's not going to be the great hitter that we're expecting in maybe like the first month of the season. I
Well,
think
who knows?
it's gonna take a little time for him to get acclimated. I think the defense is always going to be there, but when it comes to power, adjusting to the National League East pitchers and a lot of the AL East pitchers versus all the Central pitchers that he had to bat against before.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's perfect. Makes perfect sense.
A lot of sense. And not only that, he just Lindor just hit his first home run today. If you guys
With
were
the
watching.
Mets. Ooh.
With the Mets. So it's a big step for Lindor in the right direction for contract year. Even the Mets, I think, already extended that said they're actually going to try to sign him, not before spring training, but I think they're going to try to sign him before the year ends. And, that's going to take, hopefully, Lindor doesn't go and be like, oh, too worried about that. Hope he just focuses on playing and doing what he needs to do to prove to the Mets that, you know what, he does deserve a big contract because he is a great shortstop. He was a good shortstop in Cleveland, and you saw what he can do, like on the glove for sure. I love his glove, man. His glove is just like amazing.
Yeah,
really amazing.
It's an easy case to say that he's probably been the best overall shortstop in the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Just overall. I'm not saying like power wise or potential wise.
Yeah.
Overall, Francisco Lindor has done it. Maybe just last year we would say that he didn't go up to potential, or maybe the last 2 years. But he's just so good, man. I honestly don't see him skipping a beat just because of the type of player he is. We always see him having fun, and Will, you mentioned it earlier, and so did Gabriel. It's only when you play baseball and see it as a job where it affects your play. And I feel like Lindor has like a new motivation or resurgency upon him. He wants to prove something to the fans, to everybody. So I don't see him skipping a beat, but I still don't see him being better than Corey Seager. Corey Seager right now in spring training, he is going off, man. And dude, for former or reigning MVP, World Series
MVP.
Yes, no.
Forget about it. The confidence level through the roof.
NL Championship and World Series MVP.
Yeah, he carried it over, man.
And for the listeners, it's not that I'm saying I'll draft Seager in the first round. I'm just talking about I'll draft him over those shortstops.
Oh, okay.
I want you guys to know.
I would wait.
Yeah,
okay,
Seager.
Yeah.
So we'll move on. We'll move on from the shortstop spot. We already talked about Trey Turner, which is a good pick. And the very next person is one of our favorites, and we had the debate with Tony and Will. Kristen Gellich.
Oh, fuck.
Oh yeah.
He's projected to hit those points up there. Yeah, so he's one of those players that actually had a horrible season last year,
He did.
Who wants to remember that season? Because for
Right.
him, it sucked. But the years before, it was MVP caliber seasons for him. He won MVP 2018, 2019. He came close.
He should have.
He battled it out with Bellinger. And then
Should've,
2020,
could've,
it just like,
he
you know,
would've.
he was lost. He was lost. So your thoughts on that? And we'll start with you, Gabriel.
Okay, where is Bryce Harper to Christian Yelich on your list?
On
Bryce
my
Harper?
list or just overall?
No. I'm talking to Carlos.
Oh,
So, okay. So Bryce Harper's not even, Bryce Harper's after, so is Yelich, Acuna, and then Bryce Harper.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Uh,
And those are
yeah.
two.
Bryce
Three top-
Harper,
yeah.
right now, I'd take Bryce Harper over Christian Yelich because of the shaky 2020. I know it was a short season. I know. But actually, I heard Tony talking about this on one of the other shows.
Yeah.
Who does he have around him on the Brewers?
Kane,
There's really
Lorenzo Kane, and
okay.
your boy-
Is that his protection? You know,
I think
Yeah.
that's it.
it's like they'll just walk him all day. Like
yeah. Bye.
he has, yeah. It's like, all right, you know, hit this outside pitch, hit this outside. You know, like he's gonna roll some over. You know, maybe he'll go the other way a few times, but they're just gonna pitch around him. And
Yeah.
honestly, like when
that's
it comes
a good
to that,
point. I didn't think about that. I didn't think
yeah,
about that.
like a Bryce Harper to me is more valuable right now, like
Mhm.
in my draft strategy than Christian Yelich. And Bryce Harper over Christian Yelich and Cody Bellinger. Can I throw Bryce Harper in that bet?
Yeah, if you want.
What bet?
I
We
don't know
didn't
what
know
bet
bet.
that
you guys have.
Nah,
in that
nah,
bet that
nah.
you guys have with Belli and Yelly.
Oh, so we're
Oh,
gonna do a
man.
three-way bet,
So you want to join that bet?
And my
and
guy
the
will be
winner
Bryce
and the winner
Harper.
gets $60
two
then.
hats. No, it
It's-
gets two
Two
hats.
hats. Oh,
Will.
all right.
Okay,
I'm down
hold
for
on.
that.
Oh no,
Are
but
you
wait,
guys-
that-
are you
guys down for
you're
that?
gonna win though.
Hold
You're
on,
gonna
hold
win.
on. Hold on.
I always win.
Yeah,
All right, hold on.
just-
Let's set this straight. Let's
I
set this
agree
straight.
with what Gabriel just
Hold
said.
on.
You know,
Let me ask the question. And you guys have to say agree. So
No.
it's recorded.
Well, let's let
No.
the listeners know like,
Tony.
the original bet because
No,
a lot
okay.
of people don't know what we're talking about.
Go for it. You guys made the bet. Will you tell the viewers what the bet was?
Explain it.
Okay, so originally I told Tony that Yelich is going to score more fantasy points than Bellinger, and he thinks that Bellinger is going to score more fantasy points than Christian Yelich. So then I told him, all right, well, let's make a bet. Whoever wins, whoever loses has to buy a hat for the winner. Any MLB hat on the MLB.com website, but it has to be like, you know, just a regular straightforward $40 hat, not these $200 signed hats with, you know, Kershaw's signature on it and stuff.
Wait,
Aw,
$40? Where do you buy your hats, man? They're not $40.
Yeah, they are. Hey man,
$52 now, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
so you
way.
got they're expensive.
$52.
Yeah.
Oh, with taxes. With taxes.
With taxes.
Hey, we live in
Hey,
There's
California.
no tax in Pennsylvania. Come
See,
over
look.
here and buy
Hey,
some.
Carlos,
So it's easier for you,
This is
so
the
you can
secret
buy
for
us a hat over
everybody,
there.
man.
Yeah.
So if I ship it to you guys, I have to pay for the tax.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
So
Yeah.
all right.
No,
So
I'm
that's the
not.
bet.
I'm not agreeing to this, Carlos.
One hat,
Whatever
one hat,
you want to
one-
spill it.
One hat. One hat. One
No,
hat.
I'm not agreeing. Harper's gonna do better than both Yelich and.
Oh,
Well, then
come
bet.
on.
Wow.
No, he is gonna do better. That's why.
Why? Why do you say that? You said Bellinger
'Cause
has
he's
an
just-
amazing team.
Because he's always been a dude.
No.
Mike Trout. He doesn't have an amazing team behind him, but we still know he's gonna do better than Yelich and Bellinger.
We don't know that.
Tony,
we
I'll tell you
do.
this.
No, we
Yes,
don't.
we do.
No, we
It's so
don't.
Tony,
Oh,
I'll tell
so-
you this. Last year and year previous, I would have never said I would never taken Harper over Bellinger. But this year I will.
yeah, because you moved out of Los Angeles and now you're a San Diego fan. Understand? I know.
Oh, hey,
Okay. So
I'm
no
gonna
bet.
take Trent Grisham.
So no bet. So no bet, Tony. No, you-
I'm not.
you just-
I mean, if Will wants to go with him, there's no way I'm going Harper.
You're going Belly.
You're going
Okay,
bet.
so Okay, Tony.
See,
Give
look,
me Belli.
this is
Give
this is
me
how
Belli.
we do trade talks. This is
Give me Belli,
this
and
is
I'll give you
Gabriel.
Harper.
Hmm?
Give me Bellinger, and I'll give you Harper in this bet.
Oh, you just want to go on it?
You need to make the
Okay.
decision now, man.
Okay.
No, man, you
Check
took
it.
too long.
Hey
Just
man,
take
look
it.
at Gabriel. Hey, what did I
Look,
tell you guys?
this
What did I
is-
tell
this
you
is
guys
why I
about
can't-
Gabriel loving gambling? He's like, I'm not a gambler, but
Yeah, but that's
yeah,
beside the
right.
point. Tony, that's beside the point. I need
Okay,
you.
I'm just gonna do it for
It's
the
too
show.
late.
Yes,
It's too late.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
going Harper. I'll
No,
go
it's too
Harper.
late. No, I'm
See,
Harper.
because you know I'm right, and I'm gonna
All
get
right.
2 hats.
Okay. All right.
I'm
So
Harper.
the bet is still
I'm
on with,
Harper.
with Tony and Will. That bet's still going on. And
Yes.
then, Will, do you want to make a bet with Gabriel on
That
the- what
Yelly
is-
over
Yelly over?
That's
no,
not
no,
a bad
yeah.
trade.
Yelly over Harper?
Yes.
Oh, Gabriel?
Damn.
Okay, I'm in.
Yes. All right.
Yeah,
cool.
of
Not in
course.
on
So
that.
Will,
Damn.
you got 2
You know what?
bets,
I'm
man.
just gonna
getting
go.
2 hats.
Tony, you're in or not?
Oh,
Might
but,
as well. Might as well. Might
Okay,
as well.
hey,
Tony's in.
Gabriel.
So there's 3
Yeah.
yes.
So
I'm
one
still
of
buying
the-
1 hat, so it doesn't really
Yeah.
matter. You know what I mean? Like, might
Yeah.
as well go in for it.
Yeah.
One of the
Go for it, Will.
stipulations that we put is that if the one of the players in the bet gets injured, then the bet's off.
I'm aware. I saw.
Let's put an asterisk on that. If he's injured more than
A week.
no,
If he goes on the 10-day,
What?
I don't want to hear a week. I want to
if he
hear
goes
3
on the
weeks.
10-day,
3
that's
weeks.
not a bad.
If he's out 3 weeks,
that's a
'cause
lot.
that's almost a
point.
month.
That's
But see,
Guys,
players can go hot and cold at
okay,
any time.
okay.
At
How-
3
how about
weeks
this?
is normally the time.
How about this, Tony? What if they go on the 10-day DL twice? It's voided.
I think that's better.
Yeah.
Two DL spots.
Okay, that's
That's
20
off.
days, and I was saying 21 days. Come on.
All right, hold on. So
3 weeks.
drama queen
meet,
over here.
Okay.
meet the Mets.
All right, yeah, let's go.
Hey.
Okay.
Quick question. So Meet the Mets says Dom Smith sleeper gonna hit 25 home runs.
No,
I don't really see him
Yeah?
as a sleeper.
25.
I,
No.
I think he's gonna
Yeah.
get drafted, not late, but I think he's more in the middle rounds.
Hey, that's another
He-
technical rookie. Technically a rookie. You know, Dominic Smith to me hasn't really been proven, but
Yeah,
at the same
everyone
time he's
knows
going
about
later
this
in the
now.
rounds. So I guess you
Yeah.
take that risk. You
No,
know,
middle rounds. He's
Well,
available.
that's why he's a
you pick
sleeper,
him
then.
up.
So
pick
that's
him
why
up.
he's a sleeper, right?
You definitely pick him up. First base, and then outfield.
outfield,
Usually,
yeah.
And outfield.
when you have those 5 outfielders, dude, you're sitting out there. You're like, where are these outfielders at? You think there's a bunch of outfielders, but there's not.
There's
You'll sit
not.
there in round 13, 14, screwed. Like,
All right,
dang.
let's check this out. Dominic Smith, he's going number 113 overall. So he's going in like round
12th
10.
round.
That's
10?
relatively early. I think that's
Yeah, that's
where
early.
he should be going.
I
that's
agree.
why I was saying no.
As a sleeper, I see someone that's going later than where I think
Correct.
he should be going. But I think that's pretty that's pretty good where he's going actually.
So
I
he's
agree.
going at a good spot, and he's not a sleeper.
I wouldn't call him a sleeper. No.
No, he's going like around.
I think he's a
round 10.
breakout candidate for sure.
He's
Yeah.
a breakout. Yeah, for sure, he's a breakout candidate.
He
I
could
agree
be a
with that.
bust too, man.
Could be.
We've
You know
only
who's a
seen, like,
sleeper?
1 year out of him.
Who's a sleeper?
You know who's going to be a sleeper? It's going to be Andrew Benintendi.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought you were gonna go with your boy Jared Walsh with the Angels.
Oh, yes, for sure.
that
for
guy,
sure.
man, the
Ah,
beard, feared the
all
beard.
of a
Carlos, you're
sudden.
always talking about that, right?
yeah, it's a
Feared the
beard.
beard.
Yeah,
That guy's
beard.
got a massive beard, man. I wish.
know he does.
I wish.
Yeah, you need to
I
go,
wish.
you need to go get some cow.
We
some
all
cow
got beards
stuff.
except for Tony. What's up, Tony? Grow your beard out.
I'm fool. You
He
think I
is.
haven't been
That
trying?
is that's fully grown.
That's fully
This is fucking years of work, bro.
That's fully grown.
This is like 2 weeks.
Yeah. Hey, good
Fucking
bet, guys.
asshole.
I think the bet's really cool for the show. You guys want to go ahead and post stuff on Instagram and say, hey, I team. It's a team Belly, team Jelly, team Harper.
Team Belly all the way, bro.
See, there you go.
Por
So you
Hey.
guys
Antonio y todo,
have
you
to
know,
get
man.
something. You have to go ahead and make those posts, man, so we can get people on your team and be like rooting for you. Let's go. Let's get that.
Yeah.
So it's just one hat, right? One hat. Whoever
One
wins
hat from each loser.
from each loser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2
the
hats
winner
to the
will get 2
winner.
hats
Yeah. So
of their
so
choice.
Team
Original,
Belly.
though.
Team Harper and Team Yelly.
So are we
Yeah.
doing one
I
bet
like
with
it.
all three of us?
One bet for all three of you.
Yeah, but the loser gives the winner a hat. So the winner gets 2 hats.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whoever
down with the get
whoever
down.
loses, I think Gabriel wants a Padre
I think
hat
Gabriel's
and
gonna win,
and a
man.
giant hat,
It sucks.
right? Right,
Yeah,
Gabriel,
I'ma
you
get
want a giant hat?
Preferably.
I'm gonna get him a Padres hat. I'm gonna get him a
Preferably.
Padres hat.
I already have one of those. It's okay.
You have a Padre hat?
He's like,
You know what I want, man?
Never.
The
you want?
hat
What do
that
you
I want to add to my collection is the Houston Asterisks.
Oh, that's a good hat.
an asterisk.
That's a good hat.
I want
That's a
that
Hey,
good hat.
Tony has one in his closet.
Oh, he likes to hide it in his closet.
Yeah.
What else you hiding in your closet, Tony?
hey, a gentleman
Stay out of
never
my
tells.
So before we get carried on with another topic, let's did you guys hear about the rules that are gonna happen in what do you call it, the minors?
Minors?
Have
Yeah.
bigger bases, and I read up on some of them and I'm just like, why are they trying those out? I know they're
To
gonna
avoid injury. Is what I
Yeah.
heard.
to avoid injury.
I think
Uh,
so. I
What
think
are they? What
the
are the
bases
rules?
are gonna be like 2 inches bigger
Yeah,
all around.
all around. So it's gonna be a
2 inches?
2 inches.
Yeah.
2 inches. Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah. So and then
Anyway, sorry
I
guys.
wear
And not all-
glasses.
and not only that, I guess the MLB is doing the extra inning where they have a man on second still, right? They
I
decided
don't like that.
you don't like that?
No.
Extras?
The extras is going to have
Yeah,
a second
I think
a
they're
player
still
on second
doing
base.
that.
They're still doing that. The only thing that they didn't vote for was the DH, right? Everything
Right.
You know
else
what?
was-
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind runner on second.
we're one out.
No, yeah, runner on second, one out during the regular season, but playoffs cut it out.
No,
Right,
the playoffs didn't have it. The playoffs
Yeah,
didn't have
playoffs
the.
Oh,
don't-
okay.
don't have
Oh,
that.
Then I don't
okay,
mind that.
okay.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
didn't have
mind
it.
that.
You know, I was almost
I
gonna.
don't mind if it's not in the playoffs, but if it's regular season, yeah, end the game. Let's go home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was just gonna be like,
good point.
Uh,
I like it.
I was
like
gonna
that.
suggest something like soccer. You know how they have like the shootouts? And
Exactly.
Just do where the team, your a home run derby. You get 1 pitch, and you get five pitches or 5 players, 1 pitch, and we'll see how many who hits more home runs. You know what I
And
mean?
those 5 pitches,
Yeah, and just get out. All right.
like
All
a
right.
shootout. Well, it'll be a
Yeah,
home run
yeah, a
derby.
shootout. You know, just like soccer kind of has a shootout. I know
Hey,
it's
man,
crazy.
Those
You know,
are penalties.
You're
I'm just-
reinventing the game. No,
baseball with
Shootout.
the
Gabriel.
new era. You know, we're putting
Gabriel, the
in home run
shootout used to be
derby.
here in the MLS, man, until
Yeah.
they changed it to the penalties.
Yeah.
So now it's penalties, but it used to
Oh,
be
it's
Oh,
shootout.
right. Oh,
Middle-
okay, my bad.
Politically correct and shit.
He's talking about soccer, not football. My
Yeah,
bad.
exactly.
Football.
Yeah. You guys have anything else to talk about before we go ahead and sign out? I know we
Well,
have
there-
a few fans on here, and I just want to say thank you for watching the show. And if you guys didn't hit that like and didn't hit that subscribe, go ahead and do so now. If you guys like the show, if you guys didn't, go ahead and hit that thumbs down. I mean,
Yeah,
Hey,
but
come
let us
on.
know
It's my,
though.
it's my
But let
first
us
time
know
on the show.
why.
Come on. There can't be thumbs down, guys. Come on.
what is
Hey,
it? What is it?
Tony
Will?
was trying to blame you, Gabriel, for the thumbs down that we got in the first like 5 episodes that we
Oh,
did.
yeah.
Why? What did
thought
I
you
do?
hated me.
Yeah, he
Come
was.
on, man.
He's
Oh,
like,
that I was
Gabriel's
giving
mad
you
at me.
thumbs down.
Gabriel's mad at me
I would never do
because I was
that.
talking shit about Gallo.
No way. No way. I'm like you guys' #1 fan, man.
Sweet, man.
Hey, real quick. I thank you so much for having me on, man. It's been fun. Thank
Did
you
have a
guys.
good time? Did you have
Always,
a good time?
man. Always.
Good. It's
Of
always good
course,
talking
man.
baseball, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the draft on Sunday, guys. I hope you guys are ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah,
Sunday.
So,
you got
yeah,
it, ESPN.
Carlos, you should let your viewers know we're gonna do draft
We'll
on
probably go
Sunday,
live. We
and
should go
Yeah, we're
live or
probably gonna
something.
go live when we
We'll
do
probably
it.
go live on Sunday. So yeah, if we can go. If we
Damn,
can
but
all get on
I'm not
here,
gonna
that'll
be looking
dope.
at the screen. I'm gonna be like down here.
Yeah,
no, you
no.
can't. You can't.
I'll get on. It's cool.
Yeah,
No
just
trip.
make sure we don't
can have
auto
a
draft,
live show.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, so there is another
and-
rule that they're implementing in only in the AA level though, which is
Okay.
for defensive shifts that the infield
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
the shortstop has to be on the left side of second base, and then the second baseman has to be on the right side of second base, and the third baseman I believe there's a certain amount of feet that he can be away from the third baseman's bag, but he can't be like in the shortstop's position. And there can only be 4.
And Lindor came out too. Will, you posted something on Instagram that Lindor came out saying that he doesn't like the shift anymore.
Oh yeah.
Remember? So you made a great point right there. So Double A is doing that.
Okay, how do you guys feel? It's like, dude, if there's 9 fielders, let them be wherever they want. Hit it.
I'm like this though. I'm like this.
Then, like Lindor's argument.
Well, that's a hitter's fault, though. That's a hitter's fault because if the third baseman's not there and you're struggling, you can bunt him.
But
exactly, you'll be on base every time.
Hey guys, I just want to kind of throw this out there. I know baseball isn't every other sport, but at the same time, it's a sport. Football has offsides. Soccer has offsides,
but they're also timed.
Huh?
They're also timed.
Oh, but whatever, man. That's what I'm trying to go with. It's like everybody has like a formation, Everybody like this is where you should be at this time, plain and simple. And I'm kind of like that too, Like if the second baseman feels it's gonna be somewhere else and the analytics, then go stand over there. Why does everybody have to be bundled up in one little section where the ball's going to be hit? So I'm kind of against it, but I'm at the same time not against it.
Oh man,
I don't know, man.
If you guys didn't see what Lindor said, Lindor said that when you put in the shift, it takes away a lot of these amazing defensive plays that these players can do because you have 3 guys on one side of the field, and most likely the ball is going to go just straight to one of them. When you have that big shift on. But if you have the shortstop where he's supposed to be, maybe a few feet to the left or to the right, it puts him in a position where he can make this amazing play and this amazing throw. And that's what's going to make baseball more exciting. I think the shift is making baseball a little more boring because we don't see as many diving plays and stuff like that we used to.
Yep. You don't get to see those Jeter throws from way in the hole and shortstop.
It happens, I guess, just not as often,
Not as often.
But I still, if you're a professional hitter, dude, learn to hit the ball the other way.
No, but see, look, that's all that happens now. Everybody talks about like, oh, I want to see small ball come back again. But like, if you're in a shift and everybody's going in a shift, then every hitter is going to be like, okay, my main job right now is to hit a home run. And that's it. All it's going to be is like either I hit a home run or I hit it in the gap or against the shift.
Just real quick. I'm not comparing or anything. Softball, lefty, pull hitter, they always shift on me. All I do is hit it to third base. Next at bat, dude, they're right back in their positions.
No way. See, but look, hey, see, Gabriel's probably gonna have a point. If you're good enough to take it the other way.
But the thing with slow pitch softball, right?
Yeah.
Underhand slow pitch softball, that's a lot easier to go oppo than a 95 mile an hour fastball on the hand. So if you have an inside fastball, it's hard to go oppo like that,
No, I agree, but it's approach. It's an approach. It's an approach thing.
Slap it.
You're a professional. You're a professional hitter, dude. You're a professional hitter. There's got to be something that you can do.
Yeah.
Okay, if all they do is pitch you inside, how many times have we not seen a shift on the pitch is outside and this guy still rolls it over into the shift? It's because they know it's going to happen.
That's true.
Like instead of these guys going with the pitch the other way, they roll it over. It happens. It's like, come on.
When I do see that shift, and I see a grounder go right into them and they just make this easy play, those are so boring, man.
See, that's what I was saying. Like, I'm like both ways on it, just because like Gabriel's right. I mean, everybody's right, because sometimes it is like, just be better, like just fucking bun it over or slap it over to the other side. But at the same time, it's like, that shit is coming 99 miles per hour. You know what I mean? How the hell you barely have, this is all the time you have to
Like,
decide what you're gonna
most
do with that
opposite
pitch.
field hits
You know,
weren't even on purpose. It's just you were
Yeah.
late
Yeah.
on it.
They're
just
it's
late.
The opposite side of the
They're
field.
late. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I don't know.
All right.
Both ways, man. Is another topic for another day, I guess.
No, we already discussed it, man.
We can
So
do this all
continue
day,
on.
though.
Yeah.
I love baseball. That's all
Yeah.
I'm trying to say.
All right. Well, we want to thank Gabriel for joining our show. We actually had a lot of fun. We discussed a lot of things, and we actually got through it, which was really cool. And we had a lot of people asking questions, which was really good. And we had a new guy stepped in and meet the Mets, and a Mets fan. You know, he asked
Yeah.
questions. Yeah.
Go
if you
Mets.
guys
Get second.
Hey, if Meet the Mets, if you're still on there, I subscribed to your channel also just a few minutes ago. So thank you
Sweet,
for the sub,
sweet.
and I sub back.
Yep. And
Ooh.
then Javier just jumped in. What up, fellas? And then we can't discuss fantasy baseball with him on here until we get him on the show. I guess we'll get him on the show soon.
Yeah, I got a bone to pick with you.
And maybe he wants to get on the if he wants to get on the live Zoom that we do on Sunday, since we're all going to be in the draft together.
Oh yeah.
That
Nice.
sounds good. So
We'll
we
see.
can probably do that. So we'll
Yep.
have that on Sunday. So we're not doing a show on Saturday. We're doing it on Sunday, or we're doing a show on Saturday and Sunday.
I think we could do Saturday and Sunday can just be the live draft.
Back to
Saturday we'll
back?
have our normal show, and then Sunday
Back to
that
back.
way, like if we do our normal show during the draft, I feel like we're all gonna get distracted and we're gonna have some auto draft. picks.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
That's true. That's
So
true.
if
All right. Well, Will, give the fans their the email, man, where they can reach us for questions for fantasy.
If you guys have any questions about fantasy baseball or baseball in general, or you just want to drop us a line, our email is realtalkbaseball@yahoo.com. You can also follow us on Instagram. Send us a DM. You can follow us on TikTok, which Carlos usually takes care of. You can message us on there.
Yeah.
We have numerous platforms. We're on YouTube, obviously, and we're also on Spotify. We have 6 episodes on
Twitter account
Spotify
too.
now, and we have like I don't
Yeah.
know, like 800,000 on YouTube now because we do this twice a week now.
And we have a Twitter account as well, which Tony's taking care of. Tony, are you taking care of it?
Kind of.
Kind
Sure.
of. Come on.
There, yeah, there I
Nancy.
am.
We need to
Hey,
get some more people on there.
If people interact, I will. I
Okay.
will.
Well,
I
go
will.
ahead and
Well, you
get
got
on
to
it, man.
post
Get
to
on it.
interact.
But it's so hard.
You got to post to
Tony,
interact with.
Tony, I can't be the only one arguing with you, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You need more people.
Yeah, I do. I do.
Well, thank you guys for watching the show once again. I'm Carlos Baseball. This is WillPower, Tony Snap, and Gabe fahQ. Did I say it right?
Fuck you.
There you go.
Hey, that's
This is
usually
real-
how I say his name too. Gabe, fuck you.
Yeah.
All right, so this is Real Talk Baseball signing out.
Deuces.